Booming Thunder Radio, where we groove as the spirit moves. Yeah. Drawing the honey from the rock with the righteous Reverend Doctor on Booming Thunder Radio.
Shalom, mighty friends, fellow Hanukkite warriors of Silicon Valley, lovers of the truth more than our next breath, willing to give our lives for the everlasting glory in the earth, that our children would be the generation that would live forever, and the Mashiach, YeHoShUa HaMashiach, may he come quickly within each heart upon the earth, filling it with his sword, for his division of the flap, yea, for Elijah's witness, the circumcision of each heart, yea, the throwing of the flap upon the fire, yea, that the flap would become the cloven tongue, yea, a fire burning the wood, the hay, and the stubble out of mystery Babylon, the heart of pagans that conceal themselves as Christians, and yea, let that cloak be brought, and all the scrolls and all the books, yea, let the cloak be wrapped around them all and placed in an earthen vessel, never to be found by our children. Let only the distilling of the living word be drops upon their hearts, yea, drops of rain upon the whole earth, the goodness of the Father, yea, the sweetness and the coolness of the summer rain. Oh, may each willing vessel, yea, filled with water, which you are the potter's work, that earthen vessel filled with water, and the one, yea, YeHoShUa HaMashiach, the Spirit of truth, he is the one within Moshe, yea, that commanded and rebuked in the name of the Father all of Egypt, yea, all of mystery Babylon this day, and all the slanty, big-eyed, unseen cobblestones in the street. So let us thank the Father always, seeking first the kingdom of heaven, praying forgiveness, yea, and protection from this world of temptation. Oh, let none of us be overcome by temptation. Yea, as this day is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years, as this day that the power, yea, that spirit of temptation could not overcome a humbled bondservant of the everlasting glory in the earth. Yea, the love of the Word made flesh in each of our hearts. Yea, like the Mashiach of old, who came as God in the earth. Yea, he came as a son of man from the womb of a woman, a mortal woman, and yet the Spirit of truth, yea, brought forth the existing one in a way that we could look upon him and understand him. The only way to the Father is through his Son. We must become as little children as the Son was a little baby and grow up in the Word and let him alone teach us the truth of the living Word in the fourth watch each day, that we, the us, could stand in Mystery Babylon, yea, and not be part of Mystery Babylon, rising above the muddy mire, the redness of the sea in our heart, yea, the salt upon our lips, yea, the blade in each hand, scabbard with the piercing of the eye and the gusting wind of the breath. Does the blade swing left and right, that the way could be made straight, and those that would do as they wilt, yea, they would be as plucked flowers in the field in the hot summer day. Yea, let the gods that they worship in their blindness, these spirits that must be overcome to save our family and friends, we rebuke them all in the name of Jehovah, our Father, and bind them in the name of the Son, who taught us these things and revealed the Father, that we may have the authority and the trust within our heart and the indwelling to bind the evil in the family of God's heart. Yea, our family, our little part in the mind of the anointed Son's body, which is on the water and not in the water, for he creates all things for his Father, the unknowable one. So let not the pantheon of, yea, the 70 that have given themselves as a ram and fallen away as, iSraEL. Let Benjamin and Yehuda and the word, the blade, the swords on their sides make the way straight for our brothers. Let us pull the rope and trickle the blood, that the spirits within would be removed and the place swept, and the glory of God, the Son of glory, indwelling within, that no other spirit could enter this house. For we are watchful, and we know their ways, and we speak the word on our land and in our children's hearts, yea, in all the earth's heart, the faith of the mustard seed to rise, pray, and forgive, the peace indwelling within, to walk with each step and each breath with our Father in the garden as we pass the blind men in the earth. Yea, those that like billy goats on top of the mountain. Yea, white goats and long, shaggy, black-haired goats. They still a goat, just like a snake is a snake. And when the snake bites you, and you ask him, why did you bite me? And the snake said, because I'm a snake. You better know the snakes, they only bite. Yea, all things do the will of the Father, whether they know it or not. May you receive the knowledge of the glory, the everlasting glory in your heart. At the secret meeting place of our Father, revealed by the Son. For only the Father knows when he sends the Son. Yea, may the Son come in your heart this day, mighty friend, that in the tabernacle of our mind we may sit with YeHoShUa HaMashiach, that reveals the Father at the banquet table, and we may sup with him, and he may reveal his will to us, his bondservants, this day, that we can be faithful to the word and deliver, yea, stand and deliver what was given us faithfully. What was freely given, we freely give. We only ask that if the Spirit of truth is being magnified in your life, in your family's life, to help the Elijah Ministries share this message around the earth. Help us build this glory studio. Yea, help us build the Builders Training Center. Yea, that the Master, yea, within our hearts, YeHoShUa HaMashiach, the Sabbath Day King of the spiritual tribes of Israel, yea, lovers of the one true God, and not diviners of spirits that bind and steal, kill, and destroy. Yeah, we've seen those. We did our best to wipe them out and to put a paper clip on some of them boys and stick them in a narrow pass. Yeah, right down south of the south of, what was that old boy's name? Choctaw? No, something like that. Yeah, you'd have to be a new and know Mexico to understand, how to count to 6 and which way the wind of the southwest blows. And the sound of the trumpets howling through the caverns in the mountainous plains where the clouds pierce the tip. A place where eagles soar. So let us, my Father, look beyond us. Our brother Thea has brought an army with him this day. The whole army has bowed before the Father. Let us bow with our brothers that have crossed over, faithful, humble, giving their whole lives to the everlasting glory in the earth. And our brother Thea, he kneels and he says, G708 in the Thea lexicon, Aristakos. And in Greek it means the best ruler. Yea, like the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. When I was a boy in the 1st grade, had my big chief tablet and that great big old fat pencil, You ever wonder why it's called a big chief? Tablet. You ever wonder why that 12 inches are in a foot? Like 12 tribes in each step of a righteous man who carries his brother, the tribes of Israel. Like Issachar's heavy load between 2 immovable objects. Let the Sabbath day meld the sticks together. Let the old mule sniff the wind no more. Also, a certain Christian was named Aristarchus. You remember him? He was from Thessalonica. He was the one that accompanied Paul on his 3rd missionary journey. He followed him in many places. In the complete word study, Aristarchus, a native of Thessalonica, who became the companion of Paul. Like our brother Thea, and the army of Aram humbling themselves once more. He was seized in the tumult at Ephesus. Ephesus once again, mighty friend. Are you studying Ephesus? This tumult? And afterwards, Paul, both of them carried his prisoners to Rome. Now why would they be his prisoners to Rome? For they were revealing the truth and making manifest, by the Spirit within them upon men's hearts. Acts 27:2. And embarking in the Adramyttan, the Adramyttan ship, and embarking in an Araditan ship, which was about to sail to the regions along the coast of Asia, we put out to sea, accompanied by Aristarchus, there it is, G00d-By3, a Macedonian of Thessalonica. So as we have set sail, mighty friend, let us cross over the redness, having read the Holy Scripture with the Spirit of truth, and the salt upon the sea is tasted, upon our lips. Taste and see that the YeHoShUa HaMashiach is good. Do you understand? Let us cross over to H708, the Hebrew mindset. Ereg, a masculine noun referring to a loom or a weaver's shuttle. Do you understand the weaver's work? The loom of fine linen. It describes a hairpiece or a hair loom, the covering of our bride, or web. What? Web? Let us look into Judges, bringing the Judges forth in 16 and 14. So while he slept, Delilah took the 7 locks of his hair and wove them into the web. And she fastened it with the pin and said to him, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." But he awoke from his sleep and pulled out the pin and the loom and the web, there it is, of the loom, H708. He pulled it out of his hair. He awoke from his sleep and pulled out the pin of the loom and the web, and the angel balls of light, ye shined like the firmament of the sun in his eyes. The speed, yea, the speed of the motion, the speed of the motion of the weaver's shuttle is used metaphorically. I wonder what that will mean. Yeah, to refer metaphorically now, yeah, to the days of Job's life passing by swiftly. Job 7 and 6. My days are swifter than a weaver's, there it is, an H708, a weaver's shuttle. There it is again, H708, a double portion for you all. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and come to an end without hope. Oh, let Job be filled with hope. Yea, let each of us have the faith and the hope and the love. But the greatest of these is always love, mighty friend. Love conquers all. The BDB definition, short and sweet, a loom shuttle. The ancient Hebrew lexicon? Yeah, the ancient Hebrew lexicon Bible number is 1440C. Yeah, like 144,000 thoughts in your mind, trampling like the rug under your feet, unwashed. So the root of H708 is the resh and the gimel. The pictograph of the resh is a picture of the head of a man, and the gimel is a picture of a foot. Combining these mean man of feet. Yeah. Do you remember that band back in the, let's see, was that the 70s? What was that? Help us remember. Oh, I remember. It was Little Feet. Yeah. And it was like an F-E-A-T instead of an F-E-E-T. Yeah. All the little feet that never touched the earth, that are by our side to judge with the Mashiach in each of our hearts. The unrighteousness in the earth, we've had enough. Yea, they've had enough. Their little arrows, yea, for 1,000 years, piercing their veils, opening their minds and hearts to the truth, and they deny it, so that the little feet stab the earth with their quiver filled, the arrows filling the quiver in each of their hands, clutching, stabbing for 1,000 years the earth for all the 70 times 7 forgiveness beyond measure. The treading underfoot of something, a woven rug, as something tread upon, like the rug, a woven and trampled on. Harangu. I don't even know what that word is. some kind of wrongness. So the thoughts, the weaving of thoughts in the mind, your thoughts and the Mashiach's thoughts together, a woven rug is laid on the floor of the tent of meeting for walking on. The weave and the weaver, like, is it of man or is it of manna? Mammon, the love of money, or manna, the love of the revelation? The beam, the shuttle, the weaver's beam rushing back and forth, bringing forth the purple, the red and the blue of the grapes, a reddish purple color used to dye yarn and used in weaving. Purple and scarlet, a reddish purple color used to dye yarn and used in weaving. Red, white, purple, and blue. The trampling over of another with the intent to kill, to slay, to kill, to murder, to destroy, to murder a slayer. These are the ones that, the restrainer holds back. Hallelujah. May the restrainer be in each of our hearts. And the weak, that they will overcome and devour, let it be of their own ilk. Let their slaughterhouse fire be upon themselves for their lack of faith in the existing Father. Let the leaders of their people have cancer upon their feet if they walk not with the true everlasting Father. Let the sledge be brought forth. Let the trampling of the sledge, the wooden sled, pulled behind the ox that tramples over the grain to open the hulls. Tear, ripping the curtain with a whisper. Hearing the panting on the bed, the shaking of the fury, the trampling underfoot, the stone, the white stone set upon the black cube, the murmuring of the wind, the stirring of the moment, the tumult, the crowd. 27:53. H 27:53. Pursue it. Tremble for the quiver and the scarf around the neck. Roar with thunder and quake the earth, for our feet are washed in the glory everlasting in the earth. So, as we take the journey, having prepared our heart for the living word this day, so let us open the heavens within the earth. Wisdom parted her pages at 7:08. 2 Chronicles 13. And we begin today with Abijah, who succeeds Rehoboam. You remember Rehoboam? Do you? You remember his daddy? I bet you do. Yeah. In the 18th year, that would have been last year, wouldn't it, of King Jeroboam, Abijah became king over Yehuda. He reigned 3 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Micaiah, the daughter of Uriel of Gilbri. Now there was a war between Abijah and Jeroboam. Abijah began the battle with an army of valiant warriors, 400,000 chosen men, while Jeroboam drew up in battle formation against him with 800,000 chosen men, valiant warriors. So Abijah had a third, and Jeroboam had 2/3. Then Abijah stood on Mount Zemarium, which is in the hill country of Ephraim. Yea, may their hill be as one of foreskins piled high. Do you not know that the existing Father, our God of Israel, gave the rule over Israel forever to beloved King David and his sons by a covenant of salt? Second Samuel 7:12 through 16. Leviticus, the mystery of 2:13. Yet Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, the servant of Solomon, the son of David, rose up and rebelled against his master. And worthless men gathered about him, scoundrels who proved too strong for Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. When he was young and timid and could not hold his own against them. So now you intend to resist the kingdom of the existing Father through the sons of David. Being a great multitude, with you the golden calves with which Jeroboam made for gods for you? Have you not driven out the priest of the existing father, the sons of Aaron, and the Levites, and made for yourselves priests like the people, the people of other lands? Whoever comes to consecrate himself with a young bull and 7 rams, even he may become a priest of what are no gods. Do you understand? But as for us, the existing Father is our God, and we have not forsaken him. The sons of Aaron are ministering to the existing Father as priests, and the Levites attend to their work. Every morning and evening they burn to the existing Father burnt offerings and fragrant incense. And the showbread is on the clean table, in the tabernacle of the mind. And the golden lampstand with its lamps lighting every evening. For we keep the charge of the existing one, our God, but you have forsaken him. Now, behold, God is with us at our head, and his priests with the signal trumpets to sound the alarm against you all. O sons of Israel, do not fight against Jehovah, the God of your fathers, for you will not succeed. But Jeroboam had set an ambush to come from the rear, so that Israel was in front of Yehuda, and the ambush was behind them. When Yehuda turned around, behold, they were attacked both front and rear. So they cried to the existing Father, and the priests blew the trumpets. And the men of Yehuda raised a war cry. And when the men of Yehuda raised the war cry, then it was that God rooted Jeroboam and all Israel before Abijah and Yehuda, the faithful ones. When the sons of Israel fled before Yehuda, God gave them into their hand. Abijah and his people defeated them with a great slaughter, so that 500,000 chosen men of Israel fell slain, for they had not the everlasting glory in their heart. They worshiped death, destruction. Thus the sons of Israel were subdued at that time, And the sons of Yehuda conquered because they trusted in the existing father, the God of their fathers. Abijah pursued Jeroboam and captured from him several cities, Bethel with its villages. Yeah, that's right here, y'all. Yesana with its villages. Yeah, just a short walk keen across the bridge. And Ephron. Yeah, that place and its villages below Thunder Mountain. Yeah, Jeroboam did not recover strength in the days of Abijah. And the existing father struck him, and he died. But Abijah became powerful, and took 14 wives to himself, and became the father of 22 sons and 16 daughters. 32 and 6 is 38, and 11 and 2. Now the rest of the acts of Abijah, and his ways and his words, are written in the treatise of the prophet Iddo, 2 Chronicles 9 and 29. So Abijah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David, the beloved one, and his son Asa became king in his place. Yea, Asa is now the king. The land was undisturbed for 10 years during his days. Asa did good and right in the sight of the existing Father his God. For he removed the foreign altars and high places, tore down the sacred pillars, cut down the Asherim. Do you understand? The cutting down the Asherim? Yeah. 1 Kings 15, 12 through 14. Yeah, and as we Exodus 34, yeah, and 13. And commanded Yehuda to seek the existing Father our God, yea, the God of our fathers, and to observe, yea, the Torah and the law and the commandments given us on Mount Sinai, yea, the 10 undeniable ones, like the kings of the earth, they 5 on one side, 5 on the other side, written with the finger of God upon each man's heart, and each man writing it upon his woman's heart, and then the woman sealing the man with the angels of heaven and the glory and blessings of God. Yeah, he also removed the high places and the incense altars from all the cities of Yehuda, and the kingdom was undisturbed under him. Do you understand? He got rid of all these demons and all this idol worship, worshiping principalities and gods, the pantheon, rather than the Creator, of all things, the host of heaven that rules them all. He built fortified cities in Yehuda. Yea, with his brother Nehemiah by his side, like Ezra in days of old, the wall was raised in the promised land once more. Since the land was undisturbed, and there was no one at war with him during those years, because Jehovah had given him rest. Yea, may he give each of us rest for our faithfulness. Do you see Asa's faithfulness to the existing Father? For he said to Yehuda, let us build these cities and surround them with walls and towers, gates and bars. The land is still ours because we have sought the existing Father our God. We have sought him, and he has given us rest on every side. Hallelujah. So they built and prospered. Now Asa had an army of 300,000 from Yehuda, bearing large shields and spears, and 280,000 from Benjamin, our brother, bearing shields and wielding bows. All of them were valiant warriors. Hallelujah. 580,000. Now Zerah, the Ethiopian, came out against them with an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots. And he came to Maresha. So Asa went out to meet him, and they drew up in battle formation in the valley of Zephaniah at Maresha. Then Asa called to the existing Father, his God, and said, Jehovah, there is no one besides you to help in the battle between the powerful and those who have no strength. So help us, Jehovah our God, for we trust in you, and in your name have come against this multitude. O Jehovah, you are our God. Let not man prevail against you. So Jehovah routed the Ethiopians before Asa and before Yehuda, and the Ethiopians fled. Asa and the people who were with him pursued them as far as Gerar, and so many Ethiopians fell that they could not recover, for they were shattered before the existing Father and before his army, and they carried away very much plunder. They destroyed all the cities around Gerar, for the dread of the existing Father had fallen on them, and they despoiled all the cities, for there was much plunder in them. They despoiled all the cities, for there was much plunder in them. So they took everything. They also struck down those who owned livestock, and they carried away large numbers of sheep and camels. Then they returned to Jerusalem. Now the Spirit of God came on Azariah, the son of Oded, and he went out to meet Asa and said to him, "Listen to me, Asa, and all Yehuda and Benjamin. Yehovah is with you when you are with him. And if you seek him, he will let you find him. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you." Do you understand? For many days Israel was without the true God, and without a teaching priest, and without law. But in their distress, they turned to the existing Father God of Israel, and they sought him, and he let them find him. In those times, there was no peace to him who went out, or to him who came in. For many disturbances afflicted all the inhabitants of the land. Do you understand? Judges 5 and 6. A witness for you all. Nation was crushed by nation, and city by city, for God troubled them with every kind of distress. But you, be strong, and do not lose courage, for there is reward for your work. Do you understand? Psalm 58 is for you. Now when Asa heard these words, and the prophecy which Azariah the son of Oded, the prophet, spoke, he took courage and removed the abominable idols from all the land of Yehuda and Benjamin, and from the cities which he had captured in the hill country, that hill of circumcision of Ephraim. He then restored the altar of the existing Father, Yehovah, which was in front of the porch of Yehovah. He gathered all Yehuda and Benjamin, and those from Ephraim, Manasseh, and Simeon, who resided with them. For many defected to him from Israel when they saw that the existing Father, his God, was with him. So they assembled at Jerusalem in the 3rd month of the 15th year of Asa's reign. They sacrificed to the existing Father that day 700 oxen and 7,000 sheep from the spoil they had brought. They entered into the covenant to seek the existing Father, Yehovah, God of their fathers, with all their heart and soul. And whoever would not seek Yehovah, God of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, man or woman. Moreover, they made an oath to Yehovah with a loud voice, with shouting, with trumpets and with horns. All Yehuda rejoiced concerning the oath, for they had sworn with their whole heart, and had sought him earnestly, and he let them find him. So Yehovah gave them rest on every side. He also removed Maacah, the mother of King Asa, from the position of Queen Mother. Because she had made a horrid image as an Asherah. And Asa cut down her horrid image, crushed it, and burned it at the brook Kidron. But the high places were not removed from Israel. Nevertheless, Asa's heart was blameless all his days. He brought into the house of God the dedicated things of his father, and his own dedicated things, silver and gold and utensils. And there was no more war until the 35th year of Asa's reign. 35th year of Asa's reign. A double portion would be 70 years. And then the war. In the 36th year of Asa's reign, Baasha, king of Israel, came up against Yehuda and fortified Ramah in order to prevent anyone from going out or coming in to Asa, king of Yehuda. The Ramah Baptist Bible College Church fortified in order to prevent anyone from going out or coming in to Asa, king of Yehuda, the one, that was blameless all his days in his heart before Yehovah. There it is. 2 Chronicles 16, verse 1. Then Asa brought out silver and gold from the treasuries of the house of Yehovah and the king's house, and sent them to Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, who lived in Damascus, saying, Let there be a treaty between you and me, as between my father and your father. Behold, I have sent you silver and gold. Go, break your treaty with Baasha, king of Israel, so that he will withdraw from me. So Ben-Hadad listened to King Asa, and sent the commanders of his armies against the cities of Israel. And they conquered Eon, Dan, Abel, Aim, and all the store cities of Naphtali. Exodus 1:11. Faithful witness for you all. When Baasha heard of it, he ceased fortifying Ramah and stopped his work. Then King Asa brought all Yehudah, and they carried away the stones of Ramah and its timber with which Baasha had been building, and with them he fortified Geba and Mizpah. At that time Hananiah the seer came to Asa, king of Yehudah, and said to him, because you have relied on the king of Aram, and have not relied on Jehovah your God, therefore the army of the king of Aram has escaped out of your hand. So the beloved king of Judah, Asa, worked out some deal, not trusting for the existing one, but in his own heart worked out a deal. And now the army of the king of Aram has escaped out of your hand. Were not the Ethiopians and Lubim an immense army with very many chariots and horsemen? Yet because you relied on the existing Father Jehovah, he delivered them into your hand. For the eyes of the existing one move to and fro throughout the earth. Do you understand? That he may strongly support those whose heart is completely his. Hanukkite warriors, unite. You have acted foolishly in this. Indeed, from now on, you will surely have wars. Then Asa was angry with the seer and put him in prison, for he was enraged at him for this. And Asa oppressed some of the people at the same time. His pride, not willing to admit he was wrong. Now the acts of Asa, from first to last, behold, they are written in the book of the kings of Yehudah and Israel. In the 39th year of his reign, the 39th year, so 3 years later, Asa became diseased in his feet. His disease was severe, yet even in his disease he did not seek the existing Father, but the physicians. So Asa slept with his fathers, having died in the 41st year of his reign, living his whole life honorable, yea, blameless in his heart, for he trusted in the existing one. And after a few of the Father's victories before him, they became his victories, and he knew what to do now. Father, guard our hearts from this ego, from this prideful nature, that we would always seek your will first upon rising, seeking the kingdom and the righteousness of the Son, the living word in our hearts each day. Yea. And they buried Asa in his own tomb, which he had cut out for himself in the city of the beloved David. And they laid him in the resting place, which he had filled with spices of various kinds, blended by the perfumer's art. And they made a very great fire. Yea, a great fire for Asa. Yea, he walked his whole life faithful, and he would not have his feet washed by the Mashiach. Yea, not truly knowing the Father. For if he truly knew him, he would not have forsaken him. He would have listened, for the truth would have been in his heart, a love of the truth, to hear the word. But red and green, like the snake in the eagle's mouth, hey, well, you know what time it is. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Let us go to HebrewPie.com. HebrewPie.com. Yea, the Hebrew private eye. Yea, the everlasting number, endless in delight, in the mystery of heaven, in the message of the Hebrew mind and heart. So, sorry, mighty friends. We want to go to Two Faithful Witnesses, that menu, and then let's go the second line all the way to the right and touch on 41. Hebrew Pie 41, reaching up for the sun. Yea, the hand, the right hand, the son of the right hand, reaching out to his brother Yehuda. Yea, gathering the Levites, the sons of Aaron, and Simeon, those faithful to the existing Father, to bring forth his delight, his Son's hand in our right hand. The sum of Hebrew Pi 41 is 359. As we go to the old Brown Driver Briggs Hebrew 359, Iloth, Eleth, Aloth, El-Oth, Eloth, something like that. But it means in English a grove of lofty trees. Yea, can you dig that, mighty friend? It's also a port. Yea, a connection on the northeast. Yea, the Mashiach's mighty arm in the promised land. Yea, where the sea is parted and the redness, yea, of the sea is in every man's heart. The complete word study. Yea, we have many scriptures. Let's look at this one. 2 Kings 16:6. At that time, Rezin, king of Aram, recovered Eleth. There it is, H365. Recovered Eleth. Yeah, the grove of really nice trees. They recovered that for Aram and cleared the Judeans out of Eleth entirely. And the Armenians came to Eleth and have lived there till this day. Yea, so we see where some of the rams went. In the complete word study for those that love not the truth but love the lie, and knowing the truth, using it for evil, unrepented, who turn away from the truth and seek the lies of their fathers. G359 is departure, to return, death, putting to death, taking up or off, the Exodus, the departure from the truth or the departure from the lie. Which are you? Do you have a cauldron or do you have a boiling pot? Is that coffee, tea, or an unrepented, unwashed foot, red on one side and green on the other? A cancerous leprosy. The Thea definition for the word of those who turn away from the truth. It is this Greek word, anal, us, is. They must be taking it in the end somehow and must love it so much that they won't turn away from it. what comes out of their mouth is the same thing that goes into it. So the Thayer definition of anal us is this Greek 359. He gives us 3. An unloosening as of things woven by the weaver, a dissolving things into separate parts, or the departure, yea, a metaphor drawn from the loosing from moorings, the preparatory to setting sail, mighty friends. So let us go with the hand outstretched and receive Hebrew Pi 41. Thank you, Father, for your faithfulness in our hearts.
Reaching up for the sun, the mysteries of the kingdom are found deep within. Listen for the rushing waters, the stream that flows within those that abide. The wind and the rain are what pull back the veil, connecting our mighty YeHoShUa with those that hear. Illumination is that connection, the uniting with Christ's mind. The veil is what separates us from the tabernacle, the ark held deep inside. Revelation is what makes our heart beat, yea, haunts in the early morning light. One secured from the shadows, one standing before the sun in the brightness of his light. Righteousness is revealed to all who enter in through the door. Repentance complete, hearing YeHoShua's directions once more. The Holy of Holies is found behind many veils. The transfigured ones are surrounded by those who came before, those that are likened to sweet water from deep wells. Walking through the veils, we shall carry all the faithful into the appointed time. The high priest gives rewards to all the kings and priests, crowns of gold with gems, the perfecting work almost done. Our hands nailed firm to the trunk of the tree of life, the bride in her completeness, a fountain of wisdom with eyes full of divine light. The tabernacle is what unites us, that place surrounded by divine love deep within, a place where we sacrifice ourselves daily with forgiveness to all, a living sacrifice before him. Righteous in life, surrounded in YeHoShua's divine love, a seed now broken, hulls dead alongside, reveal the everlasting life that springs forth, reaching up for the sun, who is now within our mind.
Yea, mighty friend, hallelujah. May he be in your mind each morning. Yea, may he come in the tabernacle of your mind from your heart and your soul, and that the honey would drip from your lips, And as those wanting more, the moorings for the sailing ships, for the sailing, the sowing, we want to take some eggs in the basket. We want a few hens. Take a few mans with us. YeHoShUa, our King. We sing the blues for you. That we, with you in our hearts, that we can be experienced and say, are you experienced? And they say, yea. Come on now. Charlie, be groovy. Charlie, be good. Come on. Sing and play your heart. Bring the everlasting glory upon our brothers. Let the legions of the Ram be forgiven in their heart.